This cutie is as authentic as it can get structure-wise, and the only difference is in the two funky switches, which are for optimized sim racing use and is born in cooperation between Ford and VPG. This has been sent to me for test and review with the only conditions to make a video and share with you guys, and that being said, let's dive in and see what we have here. It is almost the same wheel used in the GT3 Mustang with the same grip materials, which are insanely grippy, with full carbon body in complex shape front and back, with some cosmetics aluminum casted parts for the button shroud and the GT3 badge on the top, aluminum body for the shifters and the clutches with carbon plates, one multi-switch on the bottom which activates two modes on each funky switch for multiple action in rotation, two more rotaries on the top, 10 spring-loaded action buttons with nice feedback, and dome stickers on top, which are two models, one set of transparent with black symbols which shine the entire button surface, and another one with transparent symbols only in different colors just as the original ones, and two more auto pin 9 on the back with the best feedback in the world. The transparent make way more sense for sim use, as all the 8 individual LEDs behind, designed from VPG together with the PCB board, are SimHub compatible, and the warnings effects will be way more visible, as those flags, spotter indication, and whatever light animation your creative brain comes with. But I'm personally a huge fan of authentic experiences and prefer to keep it as close as the one in the real car. And again, this is not replica, but even more improved version of the one they use in the real car, because I guess they know we the sim racers are way more picky than the real drivers, and they have replaced the plastic shrouds with aluminum for us. So, except for the PCB board, everything else is made and assembled from the same guys in the BF System Labs in UK, using the same molds and materials for the Mustang model, from the grips, which are insanely grippy and sticky, to the complex carbon shape, which is designed from actual feedback from real drivers for maximum comfort in driving those GT3 cars, with that butterfly shape to make the dashboard of the car perfectly visible. It looks like we are getting a bit more polished version, but still have that piece of the Mustang in our cockpits, and that's the sweet part for guys like me who can experience those cars just in the virtual world. This is very niche product for hardcore enthusiasts, and is costly, but way cheaper than the Porsche Cup GT3 sim version. The £1,600 before VAT is hefty price for regular sim wheel, and around that price there are many wheels with way more functionality, but again, this is enthusiast level original build for those who want to have piece of that real Mustang GT3 in their cockpits, and that's the real value here. However, let's talk about the driving experience. At 310mm size, this is by far the lightest wheel I have tested at 1 kilo and 120 grams without the adapter, which is separate purchase, and I guess most of us will need that except for those who use 52mm size quick releases. Mounting holes are also a little bit off center for the perfect balance in rotation, and that carbon body really transfers the force feedback so well. I can definitely feel I'm using lighter wheel with all those extensions and quick releases I use on my base. And also, being 310mm, I would say it feels way more like 300 than 320 I usually use around that cockpit, and ergonomic wise is very well designed for the use of the top 3 buttons, and those funky switches have got very strategic place in the middle for easy use. Grips anatomics are comfortable and, as I've said previously, very sticky to the skin or silicone, providing insane grip with or without gloves, but my usual complaint about molding imperfection is present here with those sharp edges, which I can definitely feel on my skin, and with gloves that problem disappear, but even aesthetically speaking, that area must be perfectly smooth, and I know it's possible. The shifters use micro switches with high rating, and if I'm not mistaken are rated to 10 million cycles, and I would say they are medium hard, but definitely not very silent. And I guess that carbon case creates this a little bit echoish sound, but it's still not that bad. Then the clutches have very long travel, which is totally unnecessary and even not very comfortable in normal grip position, but I guess some people will like it like that, as they gonna have a bit more control on the double clutch system. I would prefer half of the movement, but that's subjective, as some may like those more like this for deeper clutch control for standing starts. Those buttons, however, are exactly on my personal taste, with that initial spring load before engagement with similar feel to the Autopin 9, which are the best ever and one of the most expensive. And the light control is really good with those aluminum shrouds, like there is zero light bleed around the buttons. And another thing I really appreciate is the plain design without any brand's logos, just the GT3 on top, which makes way more sense for sim use driving different cars. And I can't wait to see all the crazy profiles created from the community with the hundreds LEDs behind. Again, this is very niche product taken from the real world, which will make many people like me who want to recreate the perfect immersive experience, and that is the actual real value here. There are way more advanced wheels in that price if you don't care about authenticity, but if you do, I think this is another beauty for the collection, and actually feels very good in sim use with that carbon body and those sticky grips. VPG are also very well known with their top customer services, and I really felt the love they put in that project together with the PF systems. And so, expensive toy which will have great value for people like me, and indeed the quality is top. It feels great in driving, and if that is what you're looking for, then I can really suggest this. Let's take this beauty with the proper car on the virtual track and actually enjoy part of the real world.